sick, right?
So good.
Buttery. Buttery.
Buttery?
That was buttery.
That was really, really good. Amazing. As usual. Good job, Raymond.
Thank you. You guys ever wonder where any of our stuff comes from? You guys ever wonder how I go about creating some of the visuals you see through our social media? Well, I'm gonna show you how. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today is episode number 4. I'm excited because in today's episode we're gonna do something a bit different. We're gonna do something I've never done before. I've never done a tutorial style video. But I'm excited because, as you just heard, I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes and show you my approach into some of the visuals that you'd see from Milestone, whether that be on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know, we do a lot of branded custom materials, mailers, brochures. Everything is specific to the agent and the property that that agent is marketing. Folders, you name it, we do it. You know, we actually do some editorial stuff, which is really fun for me, because it's basically like laying out a magazine. You know, it's a little bit time consuming, but you know, it's all worth it because details are everything, you know. And that's my hope with this style of video, and I hope to continue to do some more tutorial style videos and show you really the nitty-gritty and how I get into things, and my approach, my mindset around some things. You know, everything is details. Details are everything, and I'm a true believer in that. And my hope with this is you guys can see my approach to how I hope with these videos is for you guys to see how I approach some of the visuals and my mindset behind them, and you guys can apply that to your brand, whether that be in the real estate industry or not, or any industry really. And today I'm going to show you an example of my favorite kind of content, of created content. I love taking a photo I've taken or a photo I've created and then applying a graphical element on top of that, whether it be a full-blown graphic, just some typography or some, you know, verbiage on it or whatever. Really just creating something super personalized, super original. So let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna pull up some photos from a little mini content shoot we did last week with our agent Derek. And I'm going to show you some of the images we have. We're going to pick one and then we're going to throw it into Photoshop. Just make a generic call to action, but personalize it towards him. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, so let's get right into it. Each agent has their own folder I create for them. So let's pull up those photos I was talking about of Derek. I can scroll through. I already have an idea of which one I'm going to be using. I like the tabletop ones for the type of content that we're going to be creating. A tabletop one such as one of these. So actually I like this one. Let's just open that up into Photoshop. And as you can see there, I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. So let's talk about the photo for a second. So what we have is Derek sitting at his desk with papers spread out. And what we have are planes. Every single one of those pieces of paper I could actually change. This, for the point of this video, we're only going to change this photo, this piece of paper right here. I put a dot there so when I was actually taking the photo I could focus on something, opposed to, because if you do try this and you just do it on a plain piece of paper, the camera's not going to focus if you're using autofocus. So we're actually going to overlay a graphic onto that piece of paper, that 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that's on his desk, and we're going to leave the rest of the photos there, but I'm going to blur those out afterwards so you can't actually read what's on the writing. This piece of paper right here is some of his favorite things, and I can see his favorite color is red. He likes RX bars, and that's for our admin actually. If we ever need to know fun facts about the agent or whatever, we have that piece of paper. But regardless, I should have used a different piece of paper, but for time, I actually created a graphic prior to turning the camera on, and I actually tried to do it on camera, but it just wasn't working out that well. So I basically just made this super quick, generic graphic, real fast, call to action, thinking, buying or selling. Only thing I would add to this is his phone number, but I can do that afterwards. So what I'm gonna do now to do this goes into actual Photoshop skills, and I'm gonna take it as you already know a little bit about Photoshop. This isn't a Photoshop tutorial. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to highlight that piece of paper. Go in there. I'm just using the magic wand. There are many other ways to do this. I find this is the quickest and easiest way. I'm going to duplicate this, mask that. So now that piece of paper is just such like that. And this is my method. Like I said, there are other ways to do this, but this is the way I do it. And it's pretty quick and effective for the use that I'm doing. I'm gonna band-aid that out. Sometimes I'll band-aid it or do a mask. Perfect. But now the dot's gone. I'm gonna export this photo as a PNG or JPEG, doesn't matter. I'm gonna use a PNG though. There it is, artboard 1. Drag it in, and the only reason I'm dragging this as a JPEG, most of the time I'd actually make a smart object and I'd actually kind of design in that object, but because I know that that piece of paper on the table is an 8.5 by 11 and my artboard is an 8.5 by 11, it's gonna match up perfectly. So kind of just size that in a little bit. I don't even know what this actual command is called, but I use it every day in my life. Basically, I just hit down Control, and now I can essentially morph this into the angle and the perspective that I need. I guess it'd be perspective. A perspective transformation? I don't know. I'm not a Photoshop master. I'm just good at figuring out what I need to do, and I mean, I've gotten pretty good in Photoshop over the years, I'm not saying that, but I'm no Photoshop teacher, that's for sure. Alright. Boom. Now, bear with me. So it looks kind of rough right now, so basically what you can do is you go over to these, again, don't even, and then boom. Look at that. You would think that was on the paper. Tell me you wouldn't. Tell me you wouldn't. Boom. Boom, 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 shaka, laga. That, my friends, is it. That is your piece of custom content. Branded, personalized to the agent. It looks good. It looks good. I ain't gonna lie. That's when you take a sip of coffee. Job well done. And move on to the next one because we have lots to do. Like I said, the only other thing I would probably add to that graphic, which I should go back and do, which I'm going to go back and do, but is add his contact information, because we did the call to action, but we don't have his contact info. You can put it in the caption when you're posting this or whatever the case may be, but everything you want to be known in this piece of information, in this content, should be visible. So I definitely would add his contact information. There you have it. This is it. And that's it. And that's just one piece of content. Biggest thing with content and graphics, photography, video is being consistent. As you can see in this graphic, like there's elements of this graphic that I keep in all of our marketing and the brand's marketing. Is that color palette. The colors are the same, the fonts are the same, logo's visible. Placement of everything is pretty consistent as well. It's a trial and error type thing where things evolve and the style of your marketing has evolved, and it's going to continue to evolve. I'm going to continue to show you guys different ways I do things, and how do I end this? That's it. That's the piece of that's it. This is it. It's done. Finished. My hope is that this is helpful, and how does a guy do that? I'm gonna go into the equipment I use. I'm gonna go into the programs I use, the cameras, my setup, my vlog setup here, my office. I'm kind of in the middle of redoing my office and my creative space, so maybe I'll do a vlog on that as well. That's it. I'll see you later. Cheers.
Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with,
I don't know. I hope that was good.
I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just
I'm skeptic. I hope I recorded my screen correctly. I've never used that before. That was different. Alright, that's it. I'm out of here. Hope you guys like the episode. Alright, I got things to do.
I just wanna win. Yeah. LABB, who we running with?